Welcome to this video, and I have decided to do a 2024 review of the energy, and so I've done this video to assist you. Now I have tapped in and consulted with my ion presence and the councils of light, and I have some pointers, information, an affirmation, and just things that have been passed to me in regards to what we can expect for 2024, as it's such an important year coming forwards. And we say that every year, don't we? But 2024 and 2025 are really big years. And 2024 is going to be a hugely powerful and platform year for 2025, when I do feel that we are going to go and really see some sort of evidence of all of the dismantling of the platforms of inversions that have been on this planet. Very much the light teams, the Emerald Order, the Christos Mission, the Guardian Alliance, all of the intergalactic star ascended races that have been working together, the star nations, all working together to actually create a beautiful tumbling of everything that has kept us ensnared. So as I've mentioned in other videos recently, it's our job not to step into fear. We've really got to stand in our power and our light and understand how powerful we are and how we can help this process, and to stay in that energy of optimism and expansion and standing in our own power as we see actually the third dimension start to dissect and crumble, and we start to see that beautiful higher frequency light, which is already here, just come tumbling in even more intensely than ever before. So 2024, which is an 8-year in numerology, and the 9-year is always endings, and things completing. So it makes sense that 2024 is a year just before we wrap up that in 2025. I almost want to put myself on the line and say that there could be a disclosure event in 2025, like actual people's eyes being opened as they see there are other worlds, there are other frequencies and other dimensions, and that the soul is eternal. So I think that there'll be more revelations in 2025 in regards to that, and that being a 9-year makes sense. So the 8-year is all about receiving the abundance of previous years, of receiving the fruits of your labor, the harvest of all of the seeds that you've sown in the last 9-year cycle. So from the very beginning of year 1 right through to year 8. So you start to really pay, you're paid for all of the work that you've done before, all of the effort that you've put in regards to your own healing journey and maybe your service work for humanity. So that very much is an indicator of that it's a year of expansion. It's a year of acceleration, and it's sort of not being in the energy of being afraid to try something new or to try something different or to go into an unknown area, whether that be you moving house or trying a new thing in your work or you meeting new people or whatever it is. Newness very much is and the unknown is very much, I think, coming in 2024. So higher expansion of your infinite self for 2024, which makes sense with the 8 symbol This is a very poorly drawn 8, as you can tell, but if you turn it on its side, it's the infinite. So very much the infinite, and the term and the word infinite is coming out at me very powerfully for 2024. Infinite potential, infinite self, right? What's your infinite self? It's your I am presence. It's your ability to do anything that you want to do, to create anything you want to create, to be fearless, to be bold, to be powerful, to be a light leader, to be a lighthouse, a way shower, to use your voice to illuminate this world with your wisdom, your guidance, what your soul wants to impart to the world. That's all about 2024. Also, I feel there are choice points for our soul trajectory. And very much again, even though we talked about the timeline bifurcation, that's when it splits in two. And we have some people on one timeline and some on another. And, you know, the people on the timeline that want to stay within the 3D learning experience, there is no judgment. You know, they need more experience. They need more of the same lesson being served, unfortunately, before they actually realize, oh my God, I've done it again. You know, I've not learnt my lesson, like we all do as we go through our cycles and our cycles of learning and our karmic cycles that we release. So there's no judgment on that. Let them go and learn and carry on, right? Of course, we know there is an agenda in regards to the lower timeline. And lots of work has been done on this planet and continues to be done in the higher realms in regards to anchoring divine law on planet Earth. So know that that will occur. That will occur. And it has occurred already. So, and it's in its process right now. The other timeline, of course, is the higher trajectory timeline, the soul evolution timeline, maybe towards ascension, so that those ready to step onto the higher 5D timeline, which has already bifurcated, you've made your choice already. That one, of course, is about higher learning, higher evolution, soul expansion, service to others, not service to self. Stepping into your creator self, shining that amazing light that you really are, and expanding and anchoring the roots and the beginnings of new earth, which is amazing. The Aquarian age, another word for the Aquarian age, the age of Aquarius. Now, I was shown the infinite sign again on its side, and I was shown two pathways opening in 2024. Two pathways. You choosing, actually one's bigger than the other, if you can tell. This one is about higher expansion. Yeah. This one is a different one where, you know, you're still expanding, you're still moving forwards, you're still working with that higher levels of consciousness, but you're not quite ready yet. And also, there's a difference in trajectory. One trajectory is the same as the other. It's just a choice point where your soul can learn the most, where your soul can be most effective, where your soul can get what it needs for the next part of the journey. So either one is just as good. So there is a choice point next year, I feel, and you may be starting to see the beginnings of that right now in your lives, where you can feel something's coming. You can feel there is a choice point coming of maybe doing something completely different, or going somewhere completely different, living somewhere completely different, changing countries, uh, changing the soul family and tribe that you're around right now. Maybe different collaborations, different projects, more New Earth communities building together now and creating these big hubs where people work together to create the beginnings of the New Earth communities. That feels very, very like imminent, and that is going to kick off a lot more in 2024. So just see that for what it is, and don't be afraid, follow that heart. It will show you where you need to go. Now, I've got to get my glasses on to read my notes. Yeah, higher expressions of self-mastery are going to be here for 2024. So, higher pathways for us, for our soul gifts in service, in our devotion and acts of selflessness and love. So, very much opportunities for us to make a bigger impact, to create new ways of giving back to the world, showing others how it should be done, coming from the heart, not the ego self. Service to self, service to others, the heart, the Christed heart, very much service to others, selfless acts for humanity, putting in place building blocks for service on a greater scale. Not charities as such, but like almost 5D foundations, sovereign foundations, that were able then to support those that are homeless, support those that are in very abusive situations, people that are addicted to drugs and alcohol, that are actually just reaching out for love, divine love. And they are, a lot of them, all of them, have been through some sort of trauma, and also are trying to not sort of, they don't want to contract with the crowd. They want to stand out, but they don't know how to. They don't want to be part of the normal society. They are quite often, all of these amazing souls that are homeless and addicted to drugs or alcohol or whatever, are amazing souls, creator souls, and they have really sort of not been able to fit in. They never fitted in, and they've been targeted too many times. So a lot of them are star-seeded and just don't fit in. They're light workers, and they just don't feel they fit into society at all, and they just don't know how to actually sort of form, a safe haven for themselves as such with other like-minded souls. So I think that, many of us will be looking at ways we can help in that. And that, that's amazing. That's wonderful. What else? Community, collaboration, higher capacity to execute your higher power. All of this I've brought forwards from my I Am Presence. So you being able to execute, deliver a much bigger visionary mission, a much more expanded view of what you can do for the world. And don't ignore those visions. Don't ignore those downloads that drop in, and those pearls of wisdom and light bulb moments that show you what you can achieve, what your soul wants you to achieve, and that you came here to achieve on this planet. Very much a year of abundance. And can you surrender the need to control? Can you surrender the need to base sort of opinions on past experiences and fears, not on actually the newness of 2024? That's an important one, where we can pull ourselves and drag ourselves down. So that's important to remember. All right. Now, I pulled some cards for 2024, and also I want to say that I was given a download. I'm just looking at my notes from what I wrote down, that there will be a real big acceleration between summer solstice next year in June and right through to the the autumn equinox on the 20th, 21st of September. So from the 21st of June to about the 20th, 21st of September, we're going to see a real rapid and big acceleration corridor and trajectory, like a almost like ascension on steroids. So just be aware that a lot of things might happen between those months of June right through to mid-September. You'll get a lot of things happening that maybe you didn't see coming, and sort of like curveballs. Like, where did that opportunity come from? Wow, that sort of energy, and that energy of you actually shedding major layers that you've been trying to move for years, and also you seeing the greater picture, and that greater picture really coming in the summer months. So just be aware of that. So maybe be aware that from like June to September, you really need to sort of get yourself into that zone where you've got room to expand. Get your cupboards sorted, get your spaces cleared, clear space for the new to come in, because very much in those period of time it's going to be really intense. And so I just thought I'd tell you about that. Now, also, I pulled some cards for 2024, and I haven't done one of these sort of year forecasts for a long time. So, it's a few years since I've done one of these. What I pulled was a card from certain decks that I really get on with, and I really get beautiful messages. So I've got a card from the Earth Warriors deck. That's a really lovely deck that I like to pull. I took a card from the Sacred Forest deck, and I took a card from the Hidden Worlds deck. All right. Now, straight away, the first card I pulled, I think it was this one, Wolf Family, Wolf Spirit Family. And that's beautiful. Look, that pack of wolves. Here we go. And these beautiful, the Aurora Borealis behind us, becoming more and more prevalent in all over the UK now and Europe. Also the frequencies, the ascension frequencies now being sort of coming out in all directions. People seeing all these light anomalies in the sky and lots of amazing things. Now the wolf spirit, as soon as I saw this, right, family, this felt like soul family, soul tribe. You find in your soul tribe, your monad, your 144. The members of your own soul family that are out there right now. Many will be incarnated right now on this planet, and you'll be working together even though you don't realize. Some of you, all of us will have met some of our soul monad already, and they'll be in and around us in some shape, way and form. They'll be around us, and it's recognizing that soul family. When you recognize that soul family, sometimes they can deliver quite hard lessons to you, actually. But when you actually, but they're never going to throw you under the bus. They're never going to betray you. They'll always be there as anchors, stabilizers, grounders. They'll maybe come in and out of your life at times when you need them, and you haven't even spoken to them, and they just come in. They know you need them, or you're bringing a new, maybe you do different type healing work or whatever, and they come in at times as clients and come out again. You know, I experience that a lot actually. They can feel it, something new is coming and they need it. And they pop in and then go again. Also, they're here to create these communities of light and to be these really beautiful, supportive, and collaborators with us. And the wolf spirit is very much about the pack. They run in packs. They don't leave anybody behind. They make sure that all members of the pack come together. And if one member of the pack gets attacked, the others come and help to liberate them and bring them forwards. I feel that very closely, that a lot of us are like that. We don't want to leave behind our soul family and our tribe. And we help each other out without even realizing it. So that's an important thing for next year, soul tribe and family. But also, on the other side of that came in a realization or a drop in that many of us have got friends that may have not seen eye to eye with us in the previous, shall I say, few years, and the shenanigans that went on there, and we all know what I'm talking about. And some of them, you know, there's no judgment for what they decided to do or not do. And it's like, just see who keeps hanging around, who actually is very supportive. They might not actually say anything about you or your work or what you believe in, but actually they're always there as a mainstay because they are your soul family too. So that's just just be aware of that. We have many, many amazing friends and soul family around us that maybe you're not even aware yet. And that's a reminder of that too. Okay. Next, I pulled the Oracle card. There's a temple. There's the Oracle in the old days of the Adelphi oracles and the temples and the Greek temples and the Egyptian oracles and all the different ancient civilizations when the high priestesses and the priests and high priests all had this connection between them and source. That was when we were stepping down in vibration actually, and there was an intermediary needed between us and source. We weren't designed like that. We were designed to be creator souls and humans, so God man and God woman, so that we were we had God within us. We didn't need, there was no separation or disconnection. We had source within us. We didn't need intermediaries. We don't really. Source is within us. So the oracle to me talks about be your own oracle in 2024. Use discernment. Do not take everything as the ultimate truth from someone that you may think is speaking the truth or knows more than you. I think that's a real test nowadays for most of us. Yeah. You can only listen to your own inner knowing. And that is about being your own oracle, of listening to your higher self, your I am presence, getting into that heart and listening to what your heart has to say. So very much, I feel that's a message for 2024 of the energy of the oracle is within all of us, and we have to start becoming our own oracles. Yeah. So that is the message, and it says sacred living, spirit speaking, intervention. Very much the star councils, the councils of light are here and they're overlighting us. There is intervention, yet we do have to do our own bit. We have to save our own planet. We have to do the work. But very much we are being overlit and overlighted by source and all of the high councils of light. You are not alone. You never were. And more than ever now, we will see evidence of that in the physical world. So I think more and more will be revealed of that in 2024. So that's that one. Last two. I pulled two from the same card deck because these are my favourite cards. And these come, as I say, from my Earth Warriors Oracle. Now, this one, look at this. White Buffalo Woman. White Buffalo Woman. This is very pertinent, actually, to my personal journey this year, reconnecting with my Indigenous ancestors and my soul tribe and how they've always been here on the planet as the Indigenous ancestors and tribal leaders. So very much that, I think, is linked to the rise of the Indigenous Divine Feminine, which were very, very hunted and, incarcerated and, very much all ways of the divine feminine, of course, but the Indigenous came up very powerfully. We did a lot of planetary work this year on the Indigenous tribes, especially in the United States of America, relating to the Turtle Island energy, or before it was American, called America, before Christopher Columbus came along, and I can't remember the other guy. Was it Sir Walter Raleigh or Sir Francis Drake? I think it's Sir Walter Raleigh, that gave America to Elizabeth I and all this stuff. It's before that. It's Turtle Island, when the Indigenous tribes and chiefs were the custodians of that sacred land. And that land is coming back. That's a big sign for America. The USA, that has been so infiltrated by the dark and evil agendas, by the off-planet negative alien agenda, which it really has been, the presidency and the Senate and all of that stuff that's been infiltrated over centuries, really, a slow, insidious sort of pathway to completely take over the USA. And the USA is the jewel in the crown of the earth. It is. And it's coming back. And there's no way the USA is being lost to the negative alien agenda. It's not. It's not. And the USA will rise like its eagle. It will rise, and she will come back bigger and better than ever before, and will take her rightful place on this planet as a beacon of light and for new earth. Oh, I shiver when I say that. And I have seen so much gone on this year planetary in regards to the United States of America. And it's just wonderful. It's just wonderful. So this is a really lovely sign, I think, about, it's almost like that's America. That's the heart of America saying we're on our way back. Things have to fall. Things have to be dismantled. Things have to be revealed. But there's a lot going on you can't see. And things are going to really start hotting up now with the United States of America, and how suddenly she will come back fighting, and she will just, as I say, be that beacon of light for the world. Oh, as I say, every time I say it, I get a shiver. So also that, so that's a planetary thing as well. But also it's like you being that beacon, you holding that torch up, like the torch of the Statue of Liberty. So the torch of truth and justice that the Statue of Liberty holds. Is it? I can't remember if she holds it in a right hand or a left hand. I think it's her right hand, doesn't it? She holds the torch, and that torch is there, and it will rise for all of us. So that's a very powerful symbol. And actually, I want to just show you a little message from this, because it's such a beautiful little message that I think is pertinent to all of us. All right, so I will be winding this up in a minute. I will not go past, hopefully, 35 minutes. As we get to this bit, have hope, for you are pure of heart, and White Buffalo Woman appears as a divine sign of rebirth and harmony. She is the way shower who lives at one with the Great Spirit. She teaches the practices that will free and empower us all. She heralds the birth of the divine upon a new earth. You are held in her heart, and you will recognize her beautiful grace of spirit in your own. So that's a beautiful message, and I think that's a really great message from the Councils of Light for us and Source. So that's that. And then we have Kanyini. Kanyini, can you see that? Kanyini. Kanyini, in each other we find ourselves. Again, this is about tribe. This is about community. This is about finding others that you can work with, finding your tribe, finding community and collaboration. Very important for 2024, because we really need to be surrounded by people that are like-minded, especially for the stuff that's going to start rolling in 2025, because it is going to get a little bit rockier. It's bound to, as we disintegrate and dismantle the old 3D constructs that do not serve us for our highest good anymore on this planet. So we need our teams and our collaborators and our tribes and our families of light to be with, so that we can work together. Now, if I look this message up for you, because I think this is a beautiful message to speak to. Hold on a sec, I'm nearly there. When I get to it, here we go. There is a spiritual purpose that only you can fulfill. As you move forward on your journey, you create space for others to move along behind you, and the ones ahead of you who move forward too, so that the room opens up for expansion and the path. Upon this earth, we are all building a sacred temple, each fulfilling our tasks as we assist and support each other in our collective divine mission. How can you help with your heart most actively engaged? What can you offer which inspires and energizes you so much that others are uplifted in your presence? How can you receive from others joyfully, bringing them pleasure? Engage in giving and receiving deeply and with devotion. Your wisdom and openness to life generates healing for our earth. And I think that's a beautiful message again about go out there and deliver your divine mission. You are so needed. We are ready now. We're ready now to go and do the work we really came here to do. And we are so supported and loved for doing it. So I hope that's just given you a flavour of 2024 and giving you inspiration and motivation to keep going. We have so much that we've achieved already, and you're part of that. No matter what you think about yourself, you are part of that. And for you just being here on this planet, thank you, because it's not easy. And we've all got work to do. And 2024, I feel, is going to be amazing and epic in many ways. If you get out of your own fears and you get out of your own way and you let that ego step aside, because ego's going to want to keep control and it's going to want you to stay right where you are because it's frightened of expansion and the unknown. But as long as you set your intention that you are working alongside with you're walking alongside your I am presence and spirit, you are going to be fine. You will always be guided and overlit and supported. And I've just got one last thing. I've just written just a small affirmation or statement, and here we go. I trust and surrender to the infinite potential of my being and the divine light, presence and mission. My I am presence, let's start again, shall we? I trust and surrender to the infinite potential of my being and my divine being. My light, presence, and mission has been chosen for me by my I Am Presence, and I'm fully capable of delivering it. I am a powerful, loving way shower, an infinite being of light. I trust in my own light, wisdom, and magnificence created by Source. So it is. So, thank you for listening. Please, if you like this video, please can you subscribe to my channel? It's a new channel. I wanted some fresh energy to move forwards with, so I decided to open a new channel. So if you'd like and subscribe to this, I would really appreciate it. And look out for my Heart of the Star membership, which launches in January 2024, taking you on a wonderful journey of expansion. And I will be releasing more details of that in the next few weeks. So lots of love, take care, and have a great Christmas, Happy New Year, and a great 2024. Okay.